Morning.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, fine. Yeah, and I can hear you. I forgot to plug in. Like I got these headphones that are lovely, and I forgot to plug them in.
What model headphone you have? What maker?
Uh, it is a
I'm sorry to ask you.
Apex HP 70. I got it from a music shop, right? It's for
Oh,
recording studios.
nice.
So I figured, well, I actually got them at the start of the pandemic when I had to go online to. I
Hmm.
mean, that was my whole job, and I figured I need something comfortable because I'm going to be wearing them for a long time.
Yeah, I think so too. I got this ones. They are modified Sony studio monitors.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And I have them 25 years and they're
Oh,
great.
yeah.
You can get spare parts. You can just swap the butt
Oh, yeah,
and the
yeah. The
whole set.
pads.
But
Yeah, yeah.
anything you can get the spare parts for. And not only
Oh,
from
that's
Sony,
lovely.
in AliExpress make them too.
Oh,
It's so
okay.
popular. So you can get them cheap and good. So
Good and cheap. Don't see that very often
no,
together.
that's true. But they normally
Yeah.
go for about $200, those headphones.
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
Yeah, but I one time used it when I was building a sound studio, and one of the persons was using it, and I said, "Wow, those are good. They,
Oh,
they
yeah.
sound good." So I said, "Oh, I want to get one." So I bought one, and then I modified it with the BLE on it.
Oh, I see. Okay. So,
So you recovered or still?
it took a while. It was, I tell you, my thing was around noon on Thursday.
Mhm.
And as soon as I was done, I just dropped everything, walked out of the room, and I slept most of the day Friday.
Well, that
Yeah, I
must have
just
been
like
tough.
it is. It is a big deal because you're going up, like there's two huge organizations, right?
Mm,
Ontario Power Generation is one of the, biggest electric utilities in the world. Let's say outside of the United States, but you know, it's a it's a monopoly in Ontario,
mhm,
effectively. And the CNSC is a big bureaucracy. So, and they have their own language, they have their own relationship, and like it's a very comfortable, we do this, you do that, and it's very well established. And somebody like myself, or even some of the other interveners in the hearing, like these are scientists who worked on power reactors and
mhm.
so on. And even they have a hard time knocking on the door. So it's a very weird experience. So I'm still processing.
But it's like they already have so strong relations. It's very get something in between.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a prof at Trent University Environmental Studies, and in his book about environmental politics, he talks about an iron triangle,
Mm.
right? So you have government, industry experts, right? And you can't break into that iron triangle. So
That's hard. Okay. Hi, Yella.
good morning, Yella.
Yella, it's okay? Don't hear you.
He's smiling, so it must be okay.
You hear us probably, but we don't hear you. I'm still not hearing you. Ah, better. I
That's
can hear
that's
something.
better.
Huh?
It's still
It's still very hard to hear you.
kind of broken up.
Hard to hear you. No,
Tap your microphone. Nope.
no. No.
I
All we can hear is like little bursts of
Yeah.
noise.
yeah,
Mm.
So it's like the
there's
quanti.
one post available. I don't know if you can hear that.
You're using Bluetooth?
Um,
Okay, he will be back. So, good.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, other than that, I don't really have anything to add to anything these days.
Mhm. For me, I've been working on batteries and power, and
Yeah, I could see
big
that.
improvement.
Yeah, I could see that.
And also very interesting. One of the users wanted to hold on, that's Michael. Michael coming in. I hope
Morning,
Michael is
Michael.
okay. We don't see anything yet.
Michael is in a very dark room.
Yes, microphone off. No sound.
Good morning.
Oh yes, you're in the very dark room.
Good
You
morning.
okay?
Good morning. I saw the press release from Safecast. That was great, Louis. Great work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's
Oh,
wonderful work what you're doing. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be quite the ride. But I had, I woke up in the start, can't remember when, Saturday, Sunday morning, and it's like, what if somebody hacked the system to make it look like all the readings went crazy?
Yeah.
And that is, all of a sudden is something that's made for public safety becomes a liability. So really have to rethink the whole thing.
Right.
You know
And
what you should, yeah, go ahead.
that's
Yeah,
going to be
go.
the pushback from the
Yeah,
organization.
yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. So
And what you should do, you should cover yourself. You should say this is a kind of
prototype or it's
yeah,
yeah,
prototype of something like that.
yeah,
Then
yes.
you're always covered in case something gets hacked or other things. And make it portable. If
Yeah,
one place gets hacked, you switch it to another one, you switch to DNS and it
absolutely.
someone else.
Absolutely.
You'll be ready for
That's
that.
right. Yeah. So yeah, I've actually talked to a hosting operation. They're actually in Kelowna, Vernon. Anyway,
Yes,
somewhere
when
in
it
the
is,
interior,
yes.
somewhere in the interior of BC, but it's a small operation and you get hands-on tech support as opposed to, like the little chat and like the usual chat that you see in the bottom of the window.
Mhm.
It's like and we'll, you create a ticket and we'll get back to you within 24 hours kind of thing. So
Mhm.
no, this is they're a lot more hands-on, smaller operation. And
That's good.
they will let me set up an OpenBSD server. And that's the plan is to migrate to OpenBSD,
Mhm.
and they have their own web server, which is basically stripped down all, like all it does is static files and fast CGI. Boom, done.
Mhm.
And also does privilege separation, which means that you started as root, but the first thing it does is it spawns off a copy of itself that runs as an like a unprivileged user in a uh, in
Kind
a
of
uh,
sandbox.
in a sandbox, basically a root shell. So basically, it can't go above the working directory, right? They call it chroot.
Mhm.
And yeah, so basically, and audited code. So that's part of it. I'm actually having second thoughts about WordPress because that's an
Mhm.
awful lot of PHP,
That's
right?
true.
And it's been around for years, but there's dependencies upon dependencies and so on. So I think just static files, you
Mhm.
maybe use WordPress to generate all the beautiful stuff, right? And then take take that as a static and then put it back
Put it in there. Yeah,
as
you
a
can do
fixed
that too.
file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hello.
So basically, hey, he's back. We can hear him.
Good.
Yes,
I didn't hear you. Oh yes, that sounds better.
yes, yes. I
Okay,
don't know
good.
what's up, but I had to reboot,
Oh, wow.
That's it. That's easy.
turn it off and on again, and it works. Yeah.
Okay,
All
good.
right. Anyway, so that was my rant about the math application. So
Mhm.
I'm just gonna keep working on the existing prototype, but uh, what's missing in OpenBSD is a lot of the dependencies, like the packages aren't ported to OpenBSD yet. So it's a matter of probably interacting with the nice folks on the ports mailing list and see what can be brought in.
Okay,
So anyway,
good.
so that's
Good to hear
that's
that.
yeah, but that was like that was like my shocking revelation. It's like, oh no.
But you can also make a Docker file of it, and you can the Docker file you can
Yeah,
post anywhere. I mean that makes it portable.
yes.
So
Yeah,
it c-
OpenBSD doesn't support Docker
oh, I see. So that makes it
Oh,
because they would have to support Linux emulation, and then you bring in all the Linux vulnerabilities.
yeah.
okay.
Hey, Rob, one
Yeah.
thing that popped into my head is you might want to just see if you can set up a time to have you and Louis and Ilias talk. You know, Ilias is
Mm,
really up on all of this, and that was what when I had shown him what we were doing with Safecast. That was his number one criticism about how you ensure the data integrity.
that's
And
true.
and that was after and that was after a cursory look of like an hour. He's like, "Oh,
Mm.
but you know what? This isn't good." So
Yeah,
uh,
wonderful. If you can ask him, because I tried to contact him for many times, but he seems to be so busy.
he
But
has been very busy these days. I'll reach out to him. Yeah,
oh,
I'll do
that would be
that.
wonderful if you could, because he is very well known, and he knows the system from Safecast too. And
Right, right.
Louis, he is one who's was trying to help out with the AWS setup.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
Yeah.
he knows about the setup from Safecast and what we have, and so. But
Okay, great.
he took a look and then he suddenly disappeared. So
Okay. Yeah,
the,
real
is he
world gets
probably
in the
too
way.
busy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know, you want to help
You cannot, yeah.
and then life gets in the way.
Hmm.
Life. Part of the help is also life, I think, but that's up to people to think like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. All right.
okay, anyway, thanks for the idea. I think this is a good
Yeah.
idea to ask him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be great if you could follow up and like make myself available. That's not a problem.
Mm, okay,
Right.
great.
I'll send him a note.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm done. This is a
Okay.
call about bGeigieZen. I'm out of
Yeah.
here because I haven't done anything.
No, 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 no. I want to ask Jelle if you could make time to look at the latest code I made. I made many changes, and please look over my shoulder. At least it seems to work, but
Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure if
did
it's
see you
correct.
made a lot of changes, and I've had so little time these past weeks.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I kind of dropped my own pull request because, or not my pull request, work I made. It was very little compared to what you have now made, and I don't want to. I think it's easier to just continue with the code you made, perhaps with some slight changes, but I think if it
Oh,
works, it works. So
change anything you want on it. I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
because it's just kind of slapped together. Oh, this worked. Oh, this doesn't work. Okay, so we move on to another one. And,
I
oh,
did
this
see
breaks
some
it. So,
parts where we can improve, but in general, it's it's good enough, I guess. But
and I
I don't
think
know if
there's
you've already did a release of it,
yes,
like
I
on
think
the
the latest one
0.5
is the
burner.
3.33 I have.
Okay.
So it's I like to get numbers up so people know if that's a later version or an earlier version, especially for
Yeah,
Peter. That Peter want to have.
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we
because
can like improve the code and make it like a major release at some point.
yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Um,
Yeah.
and just keep small changes that you're doing, which are good changes still. Like we can just release those, no issue.
And they normally have a beta flag on it. So there
Oh
is
yeah,
an
that's
extra
good.
field, so you can see it's not an officially one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to get some time free. It's been quite busy.
Life gets
Uh,
in the way.
yeah, life gets in the way, but yeah. Mm.
Good.
Um, yeah, I'll see if I can work on it probably next weekend.
Okay,
It's the
up to
next time
you.
I have. So,
Anytime is appreciated.
uh, yeah.
And the latest thing I made is a dual Wi-Fi setup. So you have two Wi-Fi sets up and you can switch between the profiles. So if you want to go out with a phone and you want to only use the phone, you switch to the phone. And if you want to have it as a fixed mode, you can switch to fixed mode.
Oh, okay. Like two settings, or is it
Yeah, two settings.
also does it switch automatically as well?
No, not yet. That
Oh,
would be
okay.
wonderful. But I didn't go into that. It's just manually switch between one and the other. I
Okay,
had
but you do
two
have like two
users,
configuration
two
fields then.
configurations. Yeah.
Right, okay.
And also in the web server, you can set up two. So you have two SSIDs and two passwords.
Yeah. Okay.
And that worked, seems to work nicely.
Hmm.
What other things I have? Well, those are all the things I have, basically, except the battery power. That was very interesting to work on that. I got it linear now. So in time and the percentage. So you can really see on your percentage how much time you have left. So if your 50% is 50% from the time you had before to the time afterwards.
That's great.
Because that
Yeah,
I think it originally the M5 stack is set up for the 500 milliamp hour battery using, and that curve
yeah,
seemed to
could
be
be.
different.
I know that the M5 stack, the black one with the buttons, that one had a better battery indicator.
Hmm.
But the white ones, they didn't seem to work that well for the
No.
battery in my
So so basically
but
what I
it's
did,
nice that you have made some time for that.
yeah, because what I do is I just measured all the voltage and every 5 minute 10 minutes recording, and that recording I feed it back, and then it has steps, so it shows the percentage, and 2.9 volt they stopped, so that was the end.
Okay,
Still, that code should be taken out later, but it's only for testing code. I had that in.
I see.
And the next big thing I'm working on, version 5.
Hmm.
Yeah, I found out that there's a GPS built into the note card. Very interesting. The note card is
Oh,
cellular. There is a GPS built in, so we have space enough for only a note card. This is maybe a year from now I want to make, but I'm just investigating. It's quite interesting. They have GPS inside and cellular in one card. So we don't need the big U blocks for that version, let's say this way.
yeah,
So
it would be
only a small
a
antenna.
nice version to tinker with.
Yeah, it would be like a Tinker version. That would be interesting too.
Yeah,
Actually, that would be interesting for the fixed sensors because
Yes,
then you're not stuck at somebody's house using their
yes.
Wi-Fi. And what happens if their Wi-Fi in a power failure, their Wi-Fi is going to go. So
Mhm.
yeah, so cellular is
But
better that way.
if it's a big power value, the cellular will go too. We've seen that in Fukushima too.
Yeah, well,
It's less
you do
likely,
what
yes.
you do what you can.
It's true. That's less likely. I agree because the next version is going to be cellular. But if we have LTE running on it, probably in a later version we can just switch to cellular automatically. So to satellite. But that's on the horizon, so we don't know yet how far that goes on. But it's going to be interesting how to integrate the GPS in there because that's going to be completely different. They have their own GPS system in there. I don't know what chip they're using. Just today when I was outside and I thought about it, oh, maybe that the note card only on it. We don't need the extra GPS. We have space enough.
Hmm.
But there are many other things to consider because I think they take 500 milliamp and things like that. So maybe upload only once an hour or something like that. So, I don't know yet. We have to think about it.
Yeah, we can make like a prototype, see how it works, if it works.
And I think also if we have experience with the note cards making things, it can be very useful for other projects too. I don't know what kind of projects you want to do, especially for measuring from your father's projects. And if you have a note card in there, it's so much easier.
Air quality.
Yeah, well,
Air
that is a very
quality?
stationary
No,
thing,
they
so
are
but
what?
that would be a very stationary sensor anyway.
Yeah,
So
but
I
you
don't know
never
if
know.
that. Yeah, you never. That is true. That is true. We'll have to think about it.
Yeah,
But it's a would be a good prototype. Yeah.
and cheap because I think they are basically about $50 for 10 years data.
Oh,
That's very good. That's a very good deal, I think.
yeah, I'll have to look into it.
You should.
Which program has $50 for 10 years?
And it's the note card from Blues.
Okay,
They say 10 years data, but basically what they do, they have very small packages. They send me
right.
and very compressed, and they go secure to their own network, and then you can route the way you want.
Interesting.
The Radnote is using them. I mean, it's for wireless system. I think it's quite good. It's a very easy system to integrate, and you should check it out.
Yeah.
I've been maybe with Ray been working for maybe 6 years on it already. So they are in the Radnotes and the old early Air nodes also. Air nodes are using them too. And they have different carriers, very small one, big ones. The big carrier for the note card you can have with GPS and cellular antenna on one small board, or even the very small boards. So they have no antenna. You can have external antennas on it. And the documentation is amazing. It's very good done. The API documentation. If you look into the note card API.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think so.
I see that the North America one is $50 for the cheapest. But then if you
Yeah.
want global, it's more expensive
Yeah, I think it's
for
$75 or
coverage.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some countries are not covered. I think North Korea is not covered. Bhutan is not covered. A few,
Yeah,
but basically
makes sense.
nearly every. But you can have an external SIM in it. If you have different.
Oh,
the
really?
external SIM you can get for it too. They have eSIMs and external SIMs for it.
Yeah. Okay. I thought I read embedded SIM, so I thought it was like integrated into it.
No, they have, but they also have an external in case you
Okay.
want to use. I have a few here, so that's what I'm testing.
Hmm. All right.
And you can
Cool.
with OTA you can update them. That's very powerful.
We should do that for the Zen as well.
Yes, I remember we talked about.
Yeah. I mean, we did it for the bGeigieZen cast, so for the
Yes,
Zen
I think we did
should
that.
be quite doable.
True. Yeah, and that worked very nice. I mean, I'm always impressed by push the button and then boom, updated.
Yeah, although I think the other way around would be even better. That if you are connected to the Wi-Fi, you can just press a button
That's
to
true.
like retrieve the latest version instead of having to download it and then upload it. You can just download it directly on the Zen. Would be great. Would be a great improvement for the cast as well.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
You can pick it up directly from GitHub.
Yep.
I made a small app for it doesn't run on the Mac yet, but it runs on Windows and Linux. So you can update the Zen from your browser.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, we were discussing that.
You connect the Zen to a browser, and then it pops.
Yeah, maybe that is also still an easy route.
True. It worked
Yeah.
very easy. It's you don't need the M5 stack. Sorry, the
Yeah,
M5
that's
burner.
good. Does it like download it directly from GitHub, or do you still have
Yep.
to? Okay.
And I made an admin page on it, so you can in the admin you can say which version you want to pick up from GitHub. So you can select beta and a stable
All right.
version, and it automatically switches. It detects if it's a core 2 or a core 3 automatically.
Yeah, we should probably do releases on GitHub then, because GitHub does have releases as a feature where you can say like we now have this package, we release it, and then it has the binary files as well.
Mm.
And then you can retrieve all the releases and get the version you want and have the binary files. You can directly upload it. That'll be
No, I directly put the binary file in the directly pick it up from GitHub.
from like just from the source repository. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think releases would be
Yeah, much nicer.
better.
I agree
It's like
with
the
you.
way to do that. I mean, that's what it's made for, so you don't have to do it like that. But it's still something that we have to look into. Like, do we do like automatic releases even? We can make like pipelines. Be maybe a nice project as well. To get that on running on the GitHub.
Yeah, that will be good too.
Like if we have like a main branch where if we then merge to the main, automatically makes a release or something cool like that.
Yes, that's an idea. Good idea.
Yeah, it would be nice if that's even integrated with the M5 burner, but I don't think that works actually.
No, I don't think so. They
Maybe it
have their own
does.
way to do it. I think
Yeah,
they.
because you have to connect your M5 stack and then it takes like all the flash memory as well.
No, you first have
Or
to put it on your hard drive, on your local storage, and then you have to upload it.
yeah,
It doesn't directly
you have to
take it.
upload it to your M5 stack and then the M5 burner takes it from your M5 stack, right? With all the settings that
No,
you have.
not that I know. And you have your M5 stack. You copy it to your hard drive or to a place, and then from
Oh,
that place you upload to them. Yeah, that would be great if it did that. Doesn't do
oh,
it.
but it is still. How does that? How do you download it from the M5 stack then?
There's a
Is that
special option.
it's in the M5 burner?
It's in the
Or
infrared burner.
yeah, okay,
The
that's what I
infrared
meant. Sorry.
burner software, you pick it up from the
Right.
M5 stack, and then
That,
it saves it. And then when it's saved, you can upload it.
yeah, that's what I meant. Like you have to use the M5 burner to get it from the
Yeah,
M5 stack. Yeah, okay.
that's good.
Sorry.
No.
No,
Good to know.
Thank you for explaining. Now it's clear. Yeah.
I've been doing that a few times, so I have some idea
Yeah.
how it works.
Yeah, I haven't really used the M5 burner yet, so I think maybe once or twice, but yeah,
Okay.
that's all right.
Yeah, I have to babysit some people how to use it on their machines to update their software. But the biggest problem is the USB driver. You have to get the USB driver for Windows or for Mac from Linux.
Right.
Otherwise, it doesn't connect. It would be nice if we have something that directly OTA should not have an issue with that. That would be
Yeah, true.
wonderful. Yeah, another idea to think. You don't need to install anything then.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be great if we can just do that from the device itself. It
Yeah,
will
that would be
connect to
the
GitHub
best.
releases and say like, hey, there's a new update. Press install and it downloads, applies, restarts.
Or even if it's connected to Wi-Fi, it checks what's the latest version. If you don't have it, that's a little bit too much. It will check if it's an update available, and then you can select if you want it or not.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're running out of time, maybe. Do we have other things we want to talk about?
Not really.
No? No.
Nothing from me.
Okay.
Then that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good week, everyone.
We have time next week, or you have other projects next week?
I'm away the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
away in 3 weeks.
Okay.
The
Enjoy-
holiday
enjoy your-
holiday days are coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's July.
So we should take a summer break, or what should we do?
No, I'll be here for the next 2 weeks, but
Yeah,
in 3 weeks I'll be gone. So
Okay.
We can decide every week.
Okay, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Sounds
let's
like a
see
plan.
who's available and who's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I have no
Okay.
plans. So summer is here, and it's fine. That's the way it
Okay,
is.
great. Okay.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah. Have a great week,
As
everyone.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You too.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.